Welcome to the channel, everybody. Welcome, Paul.
Thank you, Dan.
In today's video, we're going to be looking at speed and distance. Paul has brought in a machine which is at a reasonable price, and we're going to be comparing it against the numbers that I get from my GC Quad to see if this machine is actually worth the money that he's paid for it. The PRGR machine, why have you bought this?
I bought this probably a year ago just to keep a track of my club head speed. And what I wanted to know is, I'm pretty sure the club head speed's correct on it, but I wanted to know if the ball speed, smash factor and the carry rule, how they compare really to the GC Quad.
Have you actually compared this to any other machine out there? Any quads or TrackMan?
Yeah, I compared the speed to the TrackMan. I didn't really start divulging into ball speed and carry because I was using a range ball. But
okay, so club head speed you've compared.
I'm happy that the club head speed is probably 1 or 2 mile an hour different from TrackMan.
And are you saying that that's faster or slower than TrackMan?
I think this one was slightly faster than TrackMan.
Okay.
Which I think, though, the GC Quad is maybe 1 or 2 mile an hour
faster
than
so it should actually be kind of similar. Yeah. Be a good way, actually, even if out of all of this that you get a calibration onto what that is actually doing.
Yeah.
First shot then.
Yeah.
My swing speed from the quad is telling me that you've got 105 mile an hour.
106.
Okay, so there's 1 mile an hour difference there. Then smash factor.
147.
1.49.
Okay, so it's out a little bit on that.
So it's out by 2 on that one. And then ball speed, 156.4 mile an hour off the club face.
157.
Okay, so 1 mile an hour difference there, possibly. 0.6 of a mile an hour.
Not much, yeah.
Not much. The final carry that I got is 269 yards.
268.
We go again. Sorry to interrupt this video. However, just to let you know, this video is not sponsored, but our friends at Golf Swing Systems are giving you 5% discount if you want it off this product. So when you get to the end of the video and you enjoy it and you want to get it yourself, go over to the shop, Golf Swing Systems, with the code DAN5 when you check out, and you'll get 5% discount. In fact, you get 5% off anywhere in the store with that code. So thanks for watching, and let's get back to the video. Good shot, second shot, well done.
Thank you.
105.4 mile an hour club head speed.
105.
So bang on. Smash, 1.49.
150.
Oh, so you've gained, well, I mean, that could have rounded up. It could be nothing in it.
Yeah,
it's pretty much the same, I would say.
It's not much, is it?
And then ball speed off the club face, 156.7.
157.
And then carry, 268 yards.
271.
Okay, so we're out a little bit again, aren't we?
3 yards out.
3 yards out. We go again. Club head speed, 105.2.
106.
Okay, you picked up a little bit there. Efficiency, 1.49.
1.48.
Okay, again, not a lot in it.
No.
Ball speed off the club face, 156.9.
157.
The carry from this shot, 268.
271.
Again, that's a little bit higher on the carry, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's very close though. It's only 3 yards.
It's tiny, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's guesstimating, isn't it? Like these machines, they don't track the ball to the finish, and obviously you can't do that in the net either. So they are predicting the carry based on what they get off of impact. So I don't think they're ever going to be exactly right as a TrackMan would be, because it tracks the ball to the finish. But I think for those machines to be within 3 yards of each other is pretty impressive.
So we've done driver. Let's now look at how it performs. Do you use it with irons as well?
Yeah.
You do you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's look at your iron then. What iron are we going to go for?
Let's go with an 8 iron first, and then we'll maybe do a longer iron as well. Okay,
let's try that. Well, this is an interesting one. We've been debating, actually, before we've switched the camera on, because it's all over the place, isn't it? But one thing that is interesting, and I'll just share with you the numbers that I've got. Club head speed, I've got 90 mile an hour, 89 mile an hour, 91 mile an hour for the 3 shots that you've hit. What have you got working down the list?
86, 84, 87.
Okay, so 90, 89, 91. I think you're closer to the numbers of 90 mile an hour with your 8-iron. I think you've gained some speed recently, and you're swinging it a little bit faster than that. However, what's your efficiency?
So 132, 135, 133.
I've got 128, 1.28, 1.29, 1.28. And then the interesting thing is that the ball speed, I think, are the same. 114.8, 114.8, and 116.6.
So I'm getting 114, 114, 116.
So it's exactly the same.
Pretty much the same.
And then an average carry of 151, 151, 154.
160, 159, 163.
But on the golf course, you're seeing closer numbers than what you're seeing from the quad, aren't you?
Yeah, I'd say, like, I mean, I don't really want to disagree with a 20 grand machine, but I feel that the quad's numbers are a bit harsh on the carry distances. I feel I'm nearer the 160 mark with an 8-iron, which is what this is coming up with, whereas yours is saying nearer 153 or something, is it?
Yeah.
Is it around that sort of the low 150s? So I don't know. Maybe we need to use TrackMan to decipher the difference. But yeah, it's interesting how the driver was so close, yet you start getting into a lofted iron, it's starting to, the numbers are all kind of higgledy-piggledy, aren't they, a little bit?
Well, then the decider is your 4-iron.
Yeah.
Should we see what the 4-iron gives us,
try that
number-wise?
one,
4-iron numbers completed. Actually, we've started to come a little bit closer from what I can see from the numbers that we're getting in these two devices. So, if we go shot 1 to 3 in the 4-iron, club head speed 94, 91.8, and 92.6.
Okay, 92, 92, 94.
Okay, so actually within 1.5 mile an hour of each other. So pretty good, I would say. Efficiency 1.41, 1.46, and 1.44.
Okay, 1.43, 1.45, 1.42.
So actually, again, very similar. Not a great deal of difference in that. Then we move over to the ball data. I've got 132 mile an hour, 134 mile an hour, and 133 mile an hour.
Well, I've got exactly the same.
Perfect. And then if we look at distance, average carry, I got 200, 202, 200.
I've got 209, 213, 210.
Okay, and what would you say that your 4-iron would carry?
Yeah,
I would put you closer to 200, 205.
Yeah, maybe I'd say probably somewhere in between.
210 to 213 is quite a lot.
Yeah, I think 213 is a bit ambitious.
Yeah.
But certainly I would say around 205, maybe. Yeah, somewhere in between, I think, the two lots of data.
Yeah. So what are we thinking then?
It's pretty good, isn't it? I think the short irons are maybe where it starts getting a bit flaky with the numbers, but they are consistent. So I don't mind the numbers being incorrect as long as they're consistent, because then if you get you can kind of work out an equation that they're going to be slightly inflated or slightly underinflated. You can kind of adjust it.
I agree.
But also, I mean, the driver though, I mean, those numbers are really, really close, aren't they?
Amazing. Yeah. Well, to be fair, the 4-iron wasn't bad.
No.
The actual club numbers. What I'm thinking that's happening here is obviously there is an algorithm that's gone into this machine. An algorithm goes into my machine. Now, what I notice with my testing is that when I start to test drivers, especially, those spin numbers are actually quite close. When I get into iron testing, my spin numbers do jump about a bit, and the more you go up the clubs, so in your wedges, you might find that this is going to be different again, because I think the spin numbers can fluctuate thousands of revs from one shot to the next shot. You're not going to see that much with driver, and you're not going to see that much with a long iron. I think what's happening is that the algorithm in this device and the algorithm in the quad is just slightly different, and it's giving us different spin numbers for different shots. And that's where I see the jump about in maybe the average carry. that's going on.
I think as well, you have to input the club that you're using with this.
Okay.
Because then it will obviously, because I think it measures club speed, it measures ball speed, but then it sort of guesstimates the carry based on what club you put in, because if you put the wrong club in, it gives you a completely wrong number. So
right.
I think obviously they've had to come up with a solution there, because we put in 4-iron for the last one.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's 4-iron is going to be slightly different in loft.
Absolutely.
So they're kind of guesstimating, whereas yours, the quad, it's more it just bases it all off the numbers. You don't have to put the club in, do you?
No.
So it just factors it, because it reads more.
Just
things.
reads the face, it reads everything, because we're dotting it up. Yeah.
I think it's very good. I think certainly the top end of the clubs, driver down to long irons, I think, you know, it's reading really well. Lower end of the clubs are maybe a bit more debatable. You probably need to do a bit more of experimenting with something like a quad to work out where it's maybe jumping around or it's not quite getting the right numbers. So I think with a bit of experimenting, you could work out an equation as to when you get down to a lower number, if it's, say, it's reading 160 for a 6-iron, it's actually reading 155. And I think you could come up with a way of getting around that. But I think for the money, I think you're looking at around £200. I think it's a no-brainer, really.
Well, I think for £205, which is where I've seen it online, I think it's not bad. I don't even think you need a quad to actually get the carry distances sorted out. I think it's going to take a little bit of time on a practice ground or on the golf course. You know, hit a couple of 8-irons and see what numbers you get from your own device. And also then, or even take it on the golf course, which is great. You can take it for a practice round, hit some shots into a par 3 or a second shot into a par 4 or whatever you're doing, and just see, well, how does the pitch, where does the land point compare to what you're seeing on that number there? You know, just go through a little bit of trial and error with it on the golf course or on the driving range.
Yeah,
I think that's the way forward. But I think all in all, I think for someone like Paul, who's used this device for over a year now and has based your numbers off of it, I just think that's a fantastic, well, good ambassador role, I would say, for you. I think if you can judge your own game off the back of this, there's so many golfers that could actually just help to get a better understanding of their numbers.
Completely, and anyone who's got a home net or anything,
or a driving range.
Or a driving range. I mean, the problem you get with the driving range is the golf balls are not always exactly right.
Yeah.
But certainly, you know, a lot of people during COVID, they put in nets, didn't they, at home? If you've got a net at home, they're great, because, you know, sometimes you're in the net and it's kind of, you're just hitting into the net and it's kind of almost aimless practice. At least it's going to give you some sort of numbers to kind of compare going forward. And certainly if you're doing any speed training, it's brilliant for that.
Yeah, absolutely right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. Always nice to do a little compare, not always with equipment of like golf equipment itself, but actually machines. I think it's always quite nice to have a little look at that as well. And I know we do get asked for this type of video quite a lot. If you like what you're seeing, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below if you're using a device like this. A big thank you to Paul, big thank you to you for watching, and we'll see you again on the next video.